Previously on PHILLIPS FamBam.
Today's kind of a special day for us, and it's actually regarding Ethan.
Can I tell you see all this?
Yes.
And see that?
Okay.
And that?
Look us down. Look at these twinsies. Twinsies, twinsies. Amberlynn, I have a surprise for you. All right, hey you guys, what is up? Welcome to another sit down video. So today we are gonna be talking about marriage and how we survive our marriage.
How I survive.
How I survive our marriage. We actually went on Instagram and asked you guys what were some topics that you guys would want us to discuss in our sit downs, and majority of you guys talked about marriage and maybe different life challenges and issues that come up with marriage. So we thought, hey, let's talk about that and just give our perspective of how we deal with certain topics in our marriage. We know that's not going to be the same for everyone. Everyone's relationship is completely different, but if we can share what we do and maybe if that helps you a little bit, then that's great. Or if you guys have things that you do differently that are work for you, because I mean, let's be real, we're a work in progress.
Yeah.
But you always are. I feel like any marriage, you're always constantly having to work at it. So this is just a safe place for you guys. If you want to drop your comments down below, any advice, anything,
share it.
Yeah, just share it down below, because you guys read each other's comments as well. So even things that we suggest that may not work for you, it might be down in the comments. So check the comments out as well.
And we'll be talking about, topics ranging from finances to unrealistic expectations to
trust issues,
insecurities. We're just gonna kind of cover those, certain topics like that.
Yeah, and these topics came straight from you guys, because again, on Instagram, you guys, we do a lot on Instagram. So if you're not following us, go follow us over there.
You're missing out.
You're missing out, because our Instagrammers get a lot of say in what happens in these sit down videos. So we asked you guys for what topics you guys thought that marriage
that caused tension in marriages.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys, it was crazy how many were the same.
Yeah.
They like literally trust issues, communication, money,
expectations.
Yeah, so we're gonna go through a few things that you guys asked us to talk about, and really we're just gonna give you guys our perspective and kind of how we handle those different things in our marriage. So I say let's jump right into it.
Yeah, let's do it before I fall asleep, because I'm in a food coma.
That's how I deal with that. Boom! All right, you guys, so, ooh, we just got a merch order.
Nice. And
Okay.
now, who ordered the merch real quick?
Oh, let's
Just give
check
a
it
first
out.
name.
All right, we'll shout you out since it just popped up on my phone. We got a merch order from Heidi Colburn. Thank you
What's
so
up?
much. She just ordered a black shirt.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay, now we're really gonna get onto it. That was, hello, sidebar. Okay, so we've got a lot from you guys, and it's just a matter of where do we start. Okay, I'll just start from the top and we'll work our way down. So this one comes from WonderJess2123, and she said communication. So communication can be a huge, Daddy likes to communicate with his eyes. No, so communication can definitely be something that can make or break a marriage or a relationship, really. Right?
Yeah.
All right, I'm out of here.
No.
That's how
Yeah.
I communicate.
No, it totally can make or break it, and you have to figure out what works best.
Well, what
for
do
you
we
guys.
do? What do we do? How do we communicate?
I honestly feel that we end up, and this might sound weird, and I don't know if you'll agree or what, but I feel we end up texting.
Oh,
We do,
you guys. That's actually kind of sad to admit.
No,
but
because there's when it's, say for example, this is during like a heated, like if we're heated.
which rarely happens.
Yeah, but if we're heated, for me it's better because you get everything. It's almost like the old school way of like writing a letter.
It is.
Because like
That's true.
I've read books from like John Gray and all that. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, and he would always say, write a letter. First, talk about the things that upset you, and finish with the things that you love. And the text to me lets me express everything that's bothering me completely, and then she responds. I've got to read it, even if I don't like it.
Yeah.
You've got to read it.
Without being cut off. Because
Right.
sometimes when things in like you're in a heated argument or whatever, you're not in a state of mind where you're willing to listen to the other person.
Yeah.
So for us, we'll kind of like, maybe if we're a little heated, we're like,
We'll fight it out.
we'll fight it out a little bit, and then we're like, all right, and then we'll kind of go our separate rooms or separate whatever. He'll go to work, I'll be at whatever. And yeah, we'll text it out.
Yeah.
We'll text it out, and then when we come back together,
She apologizes, and then we're good.
whatever.
No, it's usually me. I apologize.
You're right, you never apologize.
I usually have the first to apologize.
Oh my gosh. He's the perfect one in the marriage. If you guys
because I apologize for what I was at fault for. I said I'm sorry for upsetting you.
Yeah, that's what
sorry
it is.
you took it
I'm
the
sorry
wrong
you took
way.
it the wrong way.
I'm sorry, I didn't intend for that.
Whatever.
I didn't intend to offend
Shut
you.
up. Oh, see, this is why we have to text it out. We get nowhere. So yeah, I think that's huge. So that's communication as far as like
That's if there's
arguments. Like arguments. But as far as communication with everything else, I would say we're pretty good at communicating.
Yeah.
We're pretty good at like letting each other know like how we feel about certain things, or you know, whatever. Sometimes those things are what leads to the heated arguments, but they eventually, you know, get out, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know that we really, I feel like personally, even if it's going to end up in an argument, you need to throw it out there. You need to not hold on to just negative feelings, bitter feelings. If something he's doing is upsetting to me, there's definitely been times where I've just like, you have to pick your battles.
Yeah.
You have to pick your battles. So there's definitely some things that he's done that I'm like, okay, that's annoying. And I won't say anything, and I feel like sometimes that's okay. But there's other times that I feel like if it's something that's reoccurring, that's really bothering me, I feel like it is important to let him know. And vice versa, he should let me know as well. Well, and the other thing too is like is not only communication itself, but in the way that you communicate. And I think maybe that's kind of where we have to work a little bit more at, because he's very, like he just said, he's like, you're kind of being rude. For me, if he says that to me, I'm like, oh, I'm being rude. I'll show you rude.
Yeah, so for me, like, my tone's a big deal. Like, for me, I speak a certain way, and it sounds like I'm mad. Even with the kids, and I'm like, I'm not mad.
He says that so much. He's like, I'm not mad. I'm like, well, you sound mad.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not mad. Like, gosh, this is exactly what I say.
It's exactly what he says.
But they always take it as like I'm mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. You guys want to see mad? I'll show you mad.
I'll show you mad.
Yeah.
No, it's true though. So not only just communication, but in the way you communicate, and communicating in a way where it's good for the other person.
Yeah.
You know, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, tone is everything. We always say that. Tone is everything.
Attitude and tone.
Yeah, because I got the tone too, and so yeah, he's definitely like, whoa. And no one's gonna take to that well. If you come at someone and they're like, well, why did you do that? Oh my gosh, you know, like if you.
That's weird.
Yeah. He's saying that because I say that's weird all the time. And he takes it as a negative, but I just say it about everything. I always say, oh, that's weird. Or I'm like, wow, that's weird.
Oh, wow, you're weird.
Weird is good. Weird is good. Okay, so on to the next subject, which was another one. So communication was huge. A bunch of you guys said communication. The next one was money.
Money.
Money is, I don't know, stressful for everybody, especially when you don't have it.
Yeah,
that's
so
when it's really stressful.
The way, like, money for us it's a little different, because it's been years since we have, we don't get like a steady paycheck. And so there's times where it's tighter than others. There's times we have an abundance of it. And so it's just because the way, like right now, we're dealing with YouTube, which is different for us over the past 2 years, where you get paid once a month. And then you have brand deals, which sometimes are net 15 or net 30, which is like billed 15 to 30 days later. So you've got all these different
And then he
when
has
money's
his
coming.
business
I
where
have
he's
my
doing
business.
jobs
I'm
that
doing jobs that pay.
sometimes right away, sometimes not right away. So
Yeah.
it's just always up in the air. It's not like always a steady paycheck that we get every single, you know.
And I think YouTube has helped give you more of an understanding, because before I was like, no, in the sense of like, because of brand deals, because before I was always like, oh man, like, sucks, this customer's not paying, you know, and you're like,
Yes.
just collect, just get it, like, they owe it to you. And I'm like,
No, but I
"Oh."
wouldn't get frustrated with him. I get frustrated with people who
Right,
wouldn't
that's what I'm
pay.
saying. She wasn't mad at me, but
Yeah.
it was just like irritating.
Yeah, irritating.
And now, like with brand deals,
It's
you're
kind of
able
the
to
same deal.
see,
Yeah.
like, oh, you can't just say like, hey, you owe me money.
But give it here.
Yeah, it's like, oh, gotta wait.
Yeah, it's different with
Boss
brand
is out
deals.
of the boss is out of town. Wait for a signature, and you're like,
Yeah.
what? And
Yeah.
so there's a waiting game that causes sometimes stress. But I feel like we've learned to kind of adjust and adapt to that. you
Yeah.
know?
Well,
So-
and I will say, like, back from my single motherhood days, obviously money was a huge like stress for me. Like, it just always like gave me anxiety because I was just like barely making ends meet, and so money has always been like a makes me feel anxious type feeling, you know. So when Danny and I got together, he basically took the money over. Like, he did all the finances and all that. And I would say for the most part, well, I feel like we kind of do it together, but for the most part, he takes care of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a team effort, but
it's just, I don't know. The way I look at it is, it's just like house bills.
we have joint accounts. It's not like it's, this is my money, this is her money. And I know a lot of people do that. And that could maybe sometimes cause conflict, or it could cause you guys to not have conflict.
Yeah.
You know, like some people need those separate accounts, and then some people, we're joint, we have access to all of the accounts, and you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't ever feel like we've ever, I mean, communication is key with money too. Communication is key with money. Just communicating how you want to do your bills, how you want to pay your bills.
Yeah, or I'll be
what
like,
are we going to spend money on this month, this week?
I'll be like, hey, this next week and a half is like bills.
Yeah.
Because that's just how I've aligned them. And so like, it's bills.
Yeah.
And so we might not spend as much.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and it's nothing that I mean, money is stressful, and I could see how, like, when you're stressed about money, you can go at it head to head. That's, you know.
I don't really have any expensive habits. She doesn't really have any expensive habits. So it's not like there's an issue there.
No. So if we're tight one month, we're like, all right, well, we're
Okay, we don't get to go to Cafe Rio every day this week.
Yeah. That's our splurging. Cafe Rio.
Yeah, so
So really, it's not that big of a deal.
we've been working on like a possible, like a new system of savings and all that. We might share that with you guys later.
Yeah.
But like, we've been communicating on that lately, and we're both kind of, I think we're on board.
I think
and
we're
done
on
with
board.
that.
We got a system down. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Get a system that you
Yeah.
guys can both jump on board with, because I think that is what really, really helps with.
And we took a self-reliance class at our church. We actually moderated it together with the youth, and that helped us like get on the same page.
Yeah.
And we realized in doing that and being in a class and then moderating a class, we realized, and it was with other couples, that like a lot of couples don't communicate it openly.
Yeah.
Like, there's one who controls it, one who kind of just like goes with it, and you've got to be like,
You both have to be in it.
yeah, in tune with it.
Yeah. So you understand what's going on, and there's no like confusion there. So.
Well, what if something we I guess a good thing to do, and we have to get even better at that, but like a good thing to think about is like, what if one of you like passes away? The other has to know what's going on or what to do.
That is, I literally think that all the time.
Yeah.
Like, even with like YouTube or like businesses and stuff, I always think, if something happened to Danny, could I take this over? And if I can say yes, I feel comfortable. If I say no, then it's like, okay, I need to be doing something else. Like, to learn. Okay, so next topic, and you guys, I'm telling you, so many of you guys like wrote the same things, which was amazing to me, and actually gave me a little bit of comfort to know that we all kind of struggle around a lot of the
Similar
same things.
topics, yeah.
So I'm glad that we're able to talk about this, because I know you guys are going to have a lot to say in the comments. So the next big thing that you guys said was trust issues. How do you handle trust issues in your relationship? I don't really know what to say.
I say earlier on, it was difficult.
Okay.
Earlier on was difficult.
It
Now
was, and I'm not even gonna lie about it because at first I'm kind of like, I don't really want to talk. I feel like and I think this is the case for a lot of people who have been in relationships where there have been trust issues there already. You kind of go into your next relationship already having like your guard up and having those issues to start with, right? So I feel like at some point, and maybe even throughout your marriage, your relationship, whatever, you have to do everything you can to earn the trust of your spouse and to prove to them that you are worthy of their trust.
Yep.
Now, some people will say trust them until they give you a reason not to.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, but at the same time, I know that there's a lot of things, like people, like I said, like people go into relationships feeling trust issues to start with.
Yeah, and plus, like, we struggled in the beginning. I mean, let's just lay it out. Like, we struggled in the beginning because she moved to my area.
I moved to his area with
all
his
ex-girlfriends
ex-girlfriends there, all of his girlfriends.
And I was friends with some of my ex-girlfriends. And
Yeah.
so that was difficult, and I understand that. And so it gets to a point where you basically make decisions on, like, hey, you've got to cut some people off, and it's for the benefit of your marriage, and that's that.
And what's appropriate and what isn't appropriate.
Yeah.
And that may be different for different people, different marriages. I know there's a lot of people out there that are totally fine and open and okay with that, but you have to do what's good for your marriage, and that's what we needed to do.
Yeah. And so we're transparent. Like, there's no like as far as like email passwords, and as far as like phone passwords and all that stuff is like open book, transparent.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
He could check my phone at any point. I could check his phone at a
Yeah.
point. But honestly, you guys, we've gotten to the point where we don't even need to. Like, I never look at his phone, his email. But if I ever wanted to, I know I could.
Yeah, you just have to be transparent like that.
Yeah.
Like, if there's
If you have nothing to hide, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
There's no reason why you need to keep passwords from each other or, anything like. Why? What's the reason?
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is I feel like if you have nothing to hide, you're okay with all of that.
Yeah. And so we dealt with, in the beginning of our relationship, we dealt with it, that hurdle. We got through it, and then and it was not easy. And then we basically, like, now looking back, we're like, oh man, there's
nothing.
Like, everything's so minuscule in comparison. And so we're just like, hey, we've dealt with hard things.
Yeah.
And now it's like there's nothing really that can compare. So we're just like, oh, that's kind of petty.
Yeah, and I feel like there's that trust there with each other, because just as your relationship grows, like I know like within my heart of hearts, he would never do anything to compromise our marriage or our family. And so knowing that and him, just showing that helps me to trust him in everything he does. So I don't second guess anything he tells me, because I just trust him. And like we said, that has not always been the case, and we've had to really, really work at that. And I know a lot of relationships have to really work at that, because sometimes we are just worst case scenario thinkers, and we imagine the worst, but yeah, like now, not an issue at all whatsoever.
No, and if there's anything that's like remotely makes either one of us uncomfortable in any way, we just tell each other.
Right,
just like, hey, like, yeah, just like, hey, this is just letting you know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much how we kind of deal with it now. We're just kind of open books, and we've realized, like, for us, like, by having an open book, or by being an open book, whether it's like there's nothing that's being hidden in any way. And even like if I'm out doing something, I'm always like, oh, hey, I'm going here. Hey, I'm going here. And I don't know. I just think it's like common courtesy. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like there's ever a time where you're wondering where I'm at.
No, never.
No.
Maybe before. No. Just kidding. Kind of.
I don't get the text, where are you?
Yeah,
it just doesn't happen. But,
Yeah.
even if we go down the street to the gas station to get a snack or something, we're like, hey, heading out, I'll be back. You know, it's not like we're just disappearing.
Yeah, where I know a lot of people, I mean, I was even in a relationship where I was always wondering, where is he? Where, you know, like, I know that feeling of feeling like you don't know what your spouse is up to, you know? And that's not a fun feeling. So I know a lot of you guys, because so many of you guys messaged us with the trust issue thing, I know a lot of you guys probably struggle with that. And I would just say that if both of you are...
if you're not willing, if one's not willing to do what will make you comfortable,
Yeah.
to me, then something's up. Like,
Yeah.
you've got to...
You should both be on the same page, and you guys
Yeah.
should both be in a position where you're willing to do whatever it takes to let that person know that they are trustworthy.
Yeah.
So, next topic we have is not making intentional alone time with each other. So I could see how that could be an issue where people might feel like, oh, you don't want to spend time with me? Why are you doing all of these things but you don't want to like hang out with me? You know?
Yeah, because there's times where we even like, you get so busy with doing things, whether I'm working outside of the house, working inside of the house, or she's doing things with the kids or back and forth, that we almost are like roommates in a sense. And then if you don't make that alone, if you don't make that alone time, like say we're gonna go out to dinner tomorrow. So we've already even told the kids like, hey, we went out with the kids tonight. We're like, we don't like to go out 2 nights in a row, be away from you guys. So we're going out with you guys tonight because Mom and I are gonna go out to dinner tomorrow. And so we have that time.
Yep.
You know, whether it's with a double date or whatever, we set aside that alone time pretty much, I would say, a few times a month.
Yeah, we try to do weekly. Sometimes our schedules don't allow it, but that's what we shoot for, is to have a weekly date with each other, because we always talk about it. We always talk about when the kids are grown and gone, it's us. It's us. Literally just us.
Just kidding.
I didn't realize that at the beginning.
Wait, really? Are you serious? Shoot,
time's up.
We might be able to have one more kid.
Give us 18 more years. No, but it's true. Like, it's gonna be just us. Stop doing that. All right, maybe it won't be. Do you want to communicate something to me right now?
Where's my phone? I need a text.
That's so rude. All right, whatever.
Just kidding. No, but seriously, we are gonna be alone together.
You're so rude. Whatever. I'm a good time, man. I'm a good time. Whatever.
The best time.
Go sit on the other couch. No, but that is the whole point we make, because like Danny said, we can get just into the everyday schedule, and it gets like, you can forget about each other. I mean, not forget about each other, but you can forget that, hello, we've got to.
Well, there's days now
this.
with soccer that like I literally, if I'm working that day, there's some days where I don't work before soccer. Like I have the whole day, I'm home with her. We might go to lunch and then I'll go out soccer. But there's other days where I work, come home for maybe an hour, and then I'm gone until like almost 10 at night. And then she's put the other kids down to sleep. I'm coming back, and then I get tired. I'll knock out, and then we really maybe saw each other for an hour that day.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's crazy. And so there's even times where like, hey, let's just go to the grocery store. So like, I'll make those trips with Ashlyn, but then I'll be like, I'll make it with Tina, just because we'll get like a little time.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, this is kind of like a mini little date, even though it's for 20 minutes, 15 minutes. We make it work.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I was gonna say, because we brought this up before, and some people are like, oh, we can't afford to do a weekly date. It doesn't matter. It could be anything. It could be a walk down the street, a walk around the block. That was actually,
we've done that too.
We've done that too, and that's actually kind of my favorite, because you're literally just walking and walking and talking. And it's kind of nice. So it could be anything. Watching a movie, grab some ice cream, and put the kids to bed and have a great night.
Yeah.
Have a great night. You know, just get creative. There's a lot of different things you can do for a date night to kind of rekindle and just make time for each other. And so that's something that we definitely have always felt is really important in our marriage to keep, you know, the spark alive. But the other thing I think we should kind of talk about is just maybe, and we've done this, remember that quiz we did? The love languages.
Oh, yes.
Like what your love languages are.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember what ours are, but we did a video on it. You guys can go check it out.
Yeah, we did a sit down.
We did a sit down video on what our love languages are, and I think that is a huge part of trying to make a marriage work, is knowing what the other one needs.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
So what do you need? What was something you would say?
I don't forgot my love language order, but we were just talking about appreciation. I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, in the love language thing, appreciation was high on both of ours.
I don't think appreciation is a thing.
Yeah, I think it was.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. I think that was for both of us.
Yeah, I think it was high on the list. So just basically like, thank you, I appreciate you doing that. Oh, this really was, you know, this really helped out. Like just things like that. Like for some are huge. For us, it's
huge.
Us, it's huge. Yeah. Yeah, little things. Like for me, like one thing I've got to improve on, and sometimes I do it and other times I'd say I don't do it more than I do, but like coming home and noticing all the good that's done instead of focusing on the things that aren't done, because usually there's more done than what's not. But like say like one thing might stick out to me, but really I should be like appreciative of all around that was done instead of the one thing. So like just little things like that. But yeah, just for constantly reminding and appreciating, you know, each other for the things that we do. I think that's hugely important.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed that I do, like even just thinking about just talking about this, is there's a lot of times that I will think certain things about Danny in my head that are like good. They're good complimentary things. Like,
what?
Oh my gosh. He must think I'm a horrible wife.
She's okay. She's okay.
But are you? Boom. Just kidding.
No fever.
No, but really, like, I think a lot of things in my head about, you know, all that he does. He does a lot, and he's a total family guy that I love and appreciate that about him. And I don't say it. And I don't know why. I'll think it, but I don't voice it to him. And I need to be better at voicing those things to him so he knows. I don't know why in my mind. You're beautiful, Danny. Go to sleep. I said I'm working on it. I'm not saying I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, you can try it. That's why, though. She's afraid my head's gonna go.
Honestly, that is why. Just kidding. No, but I don't know what it is, and I almost feel like it's because it's how I grew up. We never had those words of affirmation. I could probably count on two hands how many times we told our siblings or my mom or whatever how much we love them, or even just I love you. So I didn't grow up using those words of like, I kind of get awkward, I feel like, because it just feels different to me. This is the thing. I know this might sound crazy, but this is the thing. I feel like because I feel it, they know I feel it, but
woman.
Of course, I know. That's what it is. But I know they don't know. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I need to be better at that, like voicing what I'm thinking, because I'm not good at it. I think that's important. I think it's important to let your spouse know what you love about them, what you admire about them. I just think that's so important so that they know, like, you still love them and you still love these things about them.
Both ways. It goes both ways.
Yeah, it does. Goes both ways. Appreciation and just finding out what the other one needs from you.
Yeah. And
really focusing on that and not focusing on, oh, what can he do for me? Why is he not doing this, and this for me? You know, more, and I need to work on this, more focusing on what they need. And if you're both focusing on what the other one needs, then it's all good.
So it's like first communicate what you need, and then I don't know, I feel it is a responsibility for the other to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
So,
but let's not get unrealistic.
But you can't guess. Like I can't expect her to know what I need. I can't unless I tell her.
Yeah.
And same with her. She can't expect me to know what she needs unless she tells me. And so you can't
That's
just
all
assume.
about communication.
Yeah, you can't just assume like, hello, you should know I need that. You know, I'm like, no, I know. Right? So.
Oh, yeah. All right, you guys. So I think this video is getting a little long probably because we could talk about this forever, just because
Yeah.
it's easier to kind of talk about your own experiences and what works for us. And like we said at the beginning of the video, this is just what has worked for us. This is how we've kind of overcome these specific issues. If you guys want more topics or more things that you guys want us to talk about, let us know down below, or DM us. If you guys have any questions about anything, comment down below, email us. We try to get to all of our emails and DMs, so we're happy to have a conversation and talk about and discuss more topics, because I know there is a multitude of topics out there about marriage.
Yeah, we saw some that wanted to talk about like if we had different parenting styles, disciplining. There's a couple other topics, so if you guys want us to do another sit down with more topics or more questions later, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all your support. You guys, we are so close to 100,000
subscribers.
Oh man, we are like
maybe by the end of the month, I don't know.
We're under 2,000. Now it's under 2,000, you guys.
Yes.
So
Are we?
Yeah, it's like
Maybe
1,600.
1,600, something like that. Yeah.
So we are
getting
almost
there.
1,000 away from 100K.
I feel like it's teasing us. Like now it's starting to go even slower, because they're like, oh, we just gotta wait.
Come on. So FamBammers unite.
Yep.
Spread the love. Make sure you share our videos. Tag and share with as many of your friends that you think would enjoy our content.
Yeah.
And so we don't want you just to send it out to someone who's not even gonna care. We want you guys to send it out to someone who you feel is really going to enjoy the content that we share on our channel.
Yes, exactly. So that's it.
That's it.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, have fun in the comments down below. Give us your tips, tricks, advice, marriage hacks, you know, all of those things. So that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And don't forget, tomorrow's our live. So
we'll see you at our live.
We'll see you at our live 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yes.
And don't forget,
choose your day.
I see a light in your eyes. I follow you so that